How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys an update about a few players we talked about last video, Sergio Rice and DaJuan Gordon. They already played in 2 summer league games, and they both played better in the second game than they did in the first game, and they got a 20-point victory over the Miami Heat. I know it's just summer league, so it might not mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but I think it's really cool to see these former Aggies doing their thing, getting minutes against other pros that are trying to make the NBA. Of course, they are playing for the Lakers, and I feel like if you're not a Lakers fan, then you're a hater of them, including myself. I'm not a big fan of them. But I'm going to root for these guys to do their best, and if they make the roster, great, and hopefully they can earn significant minutes for, the future. I want to first start off by talking about Sergio Rice's game because he was with the program a lot longer and, more of an Aggie legend, I would say, if anything. So his first game yesterday, he only had 3 points, shot 1 for 6 from the field, but he did knock down his first shot, which was a 3. But other than that, he didn't do a whole lot of great things. He had a couple of good assists, had a lot of turnovers, got fouled a few times. It wasn't called. He was able to get to the rim pretty easily, I would say, but just wasn't able to finish or got fouled, and the refs wouldn't call it, unfortunately. I guess all Aggie fans were kind of used to that from last year, especially with not getting the calls, but to call the fouls on us. So pretty frustrating there. He did, however, have a really good game today, I would say. 13 points, 5 for 7 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line. So very efficient. 13 points on 7 shots. Took really smart shots. Didn't take a whole lot of them. Didn't take a whole lot of threes either. Like I said, only took the 1, but, was smart with it. He has that deadly pump fake, which is really good. I would like them to say, take a few more shots. I mean, he played 21 minutes. Overall, really solid game from him. I think as he becomes more comfortable with the system and his minutes will continue to rise and he'll continue to do a lot more good things. And obviously he played with the G League team, the South Bay Lakers, so his experience playing with this program, and I'm sure he'll just keep on improving. DaJuan Gordon had 2 identical games. I believe yesterday he shot 3 for 7 for the field and had 7 points. So 7 points on 7 shots isn't too bad. I feel like if you have the same amount of points as you do shots-wise, you're usually in that good range. You're getting more points than shots is good. Once you start taking like 12 shots and only scoring 5 or 6 points, that's when it gets pretty bad, obviously. But overall, he was really efficient as well. Like I said, I think he was 3 for 7 yesterday, 3 for 6 today. So it took just 1 less shot. Knocked it down from 3, but what's impressed me a lot with DaJuan is his defense. He's played really good defense. Kind of reminded me of Jacoby Osborne for the Aggies right now. I feel like Jabari's defense hasn't been bad either, but I think DaJuan's has been slightly better, and I think Jabari's been better on the offensive end. Again, I know it's just summer league, so people who are even diehard NBA fans might not keep up with their team or keep up with it in general. But I think it's really cool just to keep up with all the young guys, especially me being a Blazers fan, watching Caleb Love and Hansen, who we drafted, and then just watching former Aggies ball out. I think Teddy Allen, he played in the summer league for the Nuggets in 2022 after we had that great year of winning a NCAA tournament game, beating UConn 70-63 behind Teddy Allen's 37 points. But when he played in the summer league, he didn't do that good. So it's cool to see, these other Aggies, be able to do their thing there. And I think if Teddy Allen gets the opportunity to play in the summer league or play in the G League again, he'll definitely do what he has to do. I think all these guys, DaJuan Gordon, Sergio Rice, Teddy Allen, the list goes on, Evan Gilliard, they've all been, showing why they deserve to play in the NBA, or at least, get even closer. They just haven't had that chance. And again, part of that is, obviously, the older you get, the harder it is to get there, because the NBA, they're looking for young guys that can come in and contribute. But it could always be a situation with the Blazers, how we have Dwight Breath, who was a rookie not too long ago, and he was 27 as a rookie. Now he's 29, and entering his 3rd year. Joe Ingles is another guy who played for the Blazers, but yet he didn't actually play a game for them. He was always hurt with them. He's played for multiple teams, Jazz, Timberwolves, the list goes on. But he didn't play his first game until 2014. He was born in 1987. So, he was a 27-year-old rookie as well. I think in baseball, let me know in the comments if you know about this guy. I can't remember his name, but he was like a 35-year-old rookie. I believe they made a movie about him. Pretty cool story. Even with the Lakers, too, they had this guy, Andre Ingram, who I just saw something about recently. And I remember in 2018 is whenever he made his debut, had 19 points at 32 years old. So you just never know when you'll get your opportunity. And, the Lakers always seem to get everyone. So maybe they will get all the former Aggies. Who knows? If you haven't had a chance to watch these guys play yet and you want to watch them play, I believe they played against the Spurs on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. So I'm going to try to watch them if I can. They're going to wrap up the California Classic and then go play in Vegas. So luckily for us Aggie fans, we get to see our guys ball out more than pretty much any other team in the NBA. Overall, it's just 2 games, obviously. And obviously, it's just summer league. So guys are going to struggle. Guys are going to play well. Sometimes it can mean something. Sometimes maybe not. Bronny played 10 minutes, scored 10 points. So Sergio Rice scored more points than him. But obviously, he played twice the time he did. I know he's on a miss restriction. I think he was coming off an injury, which is why he didn't play yesterday. But Dalton Connect for the Lakers, you're a second-year pro, better than Bronny. Had a pretty solid rookie year of averaging 9 points per game, despite getting traded to the Hornets and then coming back, kind of messed with his mindset a bit. He's still a great player overall, but he's kind of struggled in the summer league as well. He scored 14 combined points on perfect shooting. DaJuan Gordon's combined for 14 points on good shooting, and then Sergio Rice scored just 13 today on really, really good shooting. So I'd make the argument that both those guys have played better than both the Lakers, top rookies last year. So why are those guys not getting more of an opportunity? I don't know. Again, it's just 2 games. My point being is if, Rice and Gordon can continue to be impactful at a high level, significantly, and constantly, consistently, whatever you want to call it, I think they're definitely going to get their opportunity soon. But I think I've been saying that so many times for the past year or two about different guys, and they seem to never get that opportunity to play on the big stage. I know Rice played in a preseason game against the Spurs, and he actually played pretty well. I think he played in 2 preseason games, scored in both of them. I feel like he always seems to stuff the stat sheet, and it is, he's probably per 36 minutes is probably pretty good. I would say he averages probably closer to 20 a game in those per 36 minutes. And maybe the same with Gordon. Again, both those guys played pretty well for their G League team this past year, averaged about 15 points per game, did a lot of great things overall. So again, I really do hope those guys get their opportunity soon, but nothing's guaranteed. That's going to close it out for the video today. I know it was a really quick one. Just like a lot of my videos, I feel like they're pretty quick, to the point, straight to the point. But this one obviously just kind of a little game recap on how they played and helped the Lakers get a victory. They started off really good against the Warriors yesterday, but then kind of fell toward the end. But it's great to see. I'm glad Rice had a bounce back game. Again, he kind of struggled yesterday and then played a lot better today. So I said, hey, why not make some social media posts and make a video about it? When I made my social media post, I was going to include Gordon as well, but it was super, super long. I feel like just doing Rice was fine, and I feel like talking about him on the video did him justice. And hopefully we can continue to make more videos talking about former Aggies and current Aggies and how they're doing for the off season. Once I get back to school and stuff, and meet with the team, see what they're doing and stuff. Definitely get a lot more videos out for you guys. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'm out.